Okay, here's a really quick overview for you over there on Sphere. Thanks for being a Sphere member, by the way. All right, so I have this drum track. Turn off the click there. Okay, there's a couple of different ways to do this, but here's what I feel is the quickest one, so you don't have to start saving MIDI tracks and things like that. We're going to right-click, and we're going to say Explode Pitches to Tracks. Boom, there we go. Now, of course, since my instrument, all these samples are MIDI, I'll show you how to make them. I'm sorry, since all of these sounds are stereo, I'll show you how to make them mono. Okay, so the easiest thing to do with this is this. Okay, here's all the separate drum tracks. Now, I don't have them labeled or anything like that, but you can take care of that if you need to. So let's go here. Let's see. Are they actually labeled at all? Let me actually see. Oh, they are. They are labeled. There we go. So that's done automatically for you. And they're labeled per the pad labels that are here. All right. So let's go ahead and close that. We're going to select the first track. We're going to actually hold Shift and select the last one. And I'm going to right click and I am going to say transform to audio. So now it's going to ask you these questions. I usually check all of the boxes. Okay. If you have effects on the original tracks, you can turn this off so you don't render those effects if you don't want to. So let's see. Now we're going to say remove the instrument because it's going to save everything. So I'm going to click OK. And there we go. Boom. Now we have, these are all audio tracks with embedded MIDI. See here, they've all transformed to audio. Okay, so let me turn up the data view there so you can see. There we go. Because I recorded the kit kind of low when I made that. This is one of my own personal kits. So there we go. There's all of the audio tracks, and you can see that they're all in stereo. And that's not a bad thing. The easiest thing to do so that you can actually undo the transform later is you can switch them all to mono here, and now they'll be all mono. So the cool thing about this is that if you want to go back to the MIDI for whatever reason, you can highlight all of the tracks and you can say transform to instrument track, and now all of the MIDI comes back. This makes it so that you don't have to save all of the MIDI tracks and do it that way. Okay, so now let's talk about making the stereo tracks mono. The important thing to understand is that if you use the transform and you make them mono, I don't think I can go back to them. So let me see here. Right click. I'm going to say transform to audio tracks. And I'm just going to go ahead and do that. There we go. There's all the audio tracks. And now since I have all of these selected again and I make them mono, one of the things I can do now is just select them all and do a Control B bounce. And now everything's mono. The only problem with this is now I can't go back and transform them back. Let's see. Oh, maybe I can. Hold on a second. Transform the instrument track. Yeah. See, yeah, you can't do it if you take it out of sequence like that. So now let's actually undo and undo. There we go. Go back. So now the other way that you can do this, which is probably the way that you were looking, go ahead. You have all of the, let's go all the way back. There we go. Let's go all the way back. There we go. Now we have the single one. So here's way number 2. So you can go ahead here. You can right click on the single event and you can say explode pitches to tracks. And then what you can do is you can highlight all of these and then you can simply do a Control B. And now they are all audio tracks. And now you can see you have all the MIDI tracks. So now all you have to do if you want to do it this way is you can go ahead and right click and hide them. There we go. Now they're all gone. Now we just have the audio tracks. If you need to bring those back, you can go to the track list here and you can bring them back if you want to. Okay, or you can put them in a folder and do whatever you want with them. Okay, so now the same thing applies. You want to make them all mono. Click the first one, hold Shift, click the last one, make them all mono, just like that. And now highlight and do another Control B. And there we go. Now you have all mono drum tracks, which you can obviously pan to get all of the dynamics that you want out of it as far as the stereo spread goes. Just like that. All right, I hope that wasn't too much all at once, but there you go. Hopefully this will be helpful, and I'll see you later.